I want to share with you today a situation in which I find myself feeling emotional pressure from a post on my blog that comes intermittently. And this post is centered around pictures of deceased U.S. soldiers. And the organization is asking for us to show support for these troops. When I look at the pictures, the thing that grabs me most is that these young people were someone's child at one day. They could be someone's father, someone's husband, or someone's mother, or someone's daughter. And it just hurts to think that as I listen to the Republican presidential hawks talked about, war in this primary season, I am really disturbed because I'm not convinced that these fellows have really thought through seriously the repercussions of some of the fantasy worlds that they're creating. It's as if they feel it's okay to say anything. And the idea then becomes piquing the emotions of your audience without necessarily coming to grips with the facts that you are destroying the U.S. When I think about these Republicans talking about they're going to make America great, how bad the country is and so forth, it seems to me that they are helping ISIS. Because as long as people like ISIS feel that America is not the overpowering force that they thought it was, then they feel free to go do whatever they want. Killings, taking over whole areas, and so forth. Now, when I think back of these young people's pictures that I see who are deceased, I find myself, with the need to challenge these Republican hawks about speaking the truth to the American people, not just putting on their play. When I look at the latest Donald Trump ad in my area, it's like he's walking out there saying, hey, I'm a modern Messiah. I'm going to bring you everything. But he looks to me to be about the worst possible person in the world to help the United States. Now, when you start to look at how ISIS is really fighting, we're in the midst of an economic war. To date, as best I can find on the information, is the U.S. is spending roughly $600,000 per hour to fight ISIS. Now, what makes it even worse is when you start looking at all the wars we've had since 2001, the U.S. is spending roughly $8.36 million per hour. Per hour. So when you get into this protracted wars, you're just eating up your economy. Now you think about $8.36 million dollars per hour. We're now talking $1 trillion level. Now, the great Chinese war philosopher Sun Tzu told us thousands of years ago, and his quote is, let me read it to you. There is no instance of a country having benefited from prolonged warfare. When you read Sun Tzu's teachings, you talk about, how many people at home it takes to support a troop at a distance. So you're just burning up your economy. ISIS is aware of that. That's why they want the U.S. with troops everywhere. They kill them up a lot and then just burn up the U.S. economy. Now, to me, I feel if you really want to defeat ISIS, you got to keep oil at $30 a barrel or below. You're burning up their cash, and that'll bring them to their knees, and that makes it easier for the troops we got on the ground to attack them. But I feel there's one more key thing needs to be done here. That is, the Saudi Arabians need to step forth and let them become the boots on the ground. They got all the oil, all the money, all this stuff. Let them be the boots on the ground. And I feel very strongly about that. Thus, I thank you for taking the time to listen to me. And if I sum things up in a couple of statements, is one, I hate to see our young men and women become cannon fodder for some protracted war that I don't see where is benefiting us a great deal. And two, we need to not allow our economy to be wrecked again over some prolonged war that's just going to suck us dry. I thank you for listening to me, and I trust you have a nice day.